It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. So I was driving.
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever do this?
Is this like a stand-up? Is this a tight five?
It's not a tight five. This is just how I wanted to start off the episode because I think it's relatable content.
A tight three, go.
Tight three. It'll be super tight, my friend. Do you ever drive and you see like a boot or a shoe in the middle of the road, and it's like a main road in a city or town, and you ever just think about the source of that? Like, what's the story behind this boot? Because I saw that on my way to the gas station today when I was picking up energy drinks for us, and I was just like, did that fall off the back of a truck? Was there a fight between a couple and the wife threw a boot at her husband for cheating, and they just flew out the window because the window was open because it was really hot, and now it's just forever on the street?
You should follow Tom Hanks on Instagram because he takes pictures of like lone boots and like lone gloves that he finds.
This is random that you do have some sort of response to this wild story of mine.
Yeah, I'm a relatable person.
No, that's crazy. I would think that you would come up with like a personal story, but the fact that you know of like a celebrity that he does that?
Yeah. In fact, he does it so much that now he thinks sometimes people like set him up to like leave it out, and he's just like, But yeah, he used to do it all the time, and yeah, it's a Tom Hanks trope.
He's like the lone boot ranger. What the fuck? Who does that?
Gloves more so, but yeah.
Random gloves?
Like a single glove left on the floor or something.
What does he say? What's in the description of that?
Just like, his whole thing is like, how do you lose one glove?
How do you lose one glove?
Because they should always be together. They're either on your hands.
Yes.
Right? Or they're together in your pocket or something, you know?
Let's think of situations where you would remove one glove.
To use your phone?
To masturbate?
No.
But why would you keep the other glove on? Or keep the glove.
Keep the glove on, bro. Trust me. Welcome.
Hey, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast.
Also known as
It Can't Be That Bad
Podcast.
That's right. This is the podcast where Alejandro and myself, we defend critically condemned films. And boy, oh boy, did we watch a critically condemned film today.
It's still fairly new, but I don't think it's going to get a lot of condemnation.
Condemnation? A nation of condoms? Oh, that's enough of the condom jokes at this point.
But I do think it's not going to get much
what?
Love.
That's the word you were looking for. And it's a Will Ferrell, Adam McKay type movie, so I don't think they ever try to shoot for Oscars.
No, but they do shoot for sometimes funnier things. This was a decently funny comedy, but it was not the greatest thing I've ever seen.
But there was some heart in it, in comparison
to
Quite a
bit of heart, actually.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen a movie?
I've never seen a movie before, and I'm just
Christian?
doing this podcast.
Who are you?
I'm a robot from the future, and I've never seen a movie. That makes no sense. But
sit down, sir. I have something to show you. This is Song of the South. No, I'm just kidding.
What I was gonna say was that it's not as bad as Sherlock and
Holmes.
Is that no? It can't be Sherlock and Holmes because that's the same person. Who was the
Watson and Holmes?
Watson and Holmes. Yes. It can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad.
Casa de mi Padre, right? Did you ever watch that?
No.
But I heard that was bad too. This must have been better than those two.
It seemed to me like a European Anchorman.
I could see that. You brought this up before. You said it was very much like Blades of Glory. Had that feel of it.
Yeah, because of the hair, I think. We watched a movie called Eurovision Song Contest. Are you not going to say it?
I just forgot the name of the movie. Because I know it's longer. Eurovision Song Contest.
Colon. The story of Fire Saga. And Fire Saga is the name of the band that Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams are in. You would know Will Ferrell from things like Saturday Night Live or
Step Brothers
or Elf
or Night at the Roxbury
or Stranger Than Fiction.
I was going to say that, so now I'm out of things.
He was also in Zoolander.
And he was also in Zoolander 2? No. Does he die in the first Zoolander?
I believe so.
Spoiler alert for those of you that have not yet seen Zoolander.
He's also in Wedding Crashers.
Is he?
He's got a cameo on that.
Okay.
He's also in Old School.
We're organically playing this game.
He's also in I Think I Beat You.
No, he's in
because I have two on you. You need to say two.
What's the basketball one? Pro, all pro star.
Incorrect. Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. He was in that movie. He was also
The Producers.
Was he in the producers?
Yeah, he writes the Nazi play.
Damn, you are blowing my mind right now. That's all I got for Will Ferrell movies without having to take too much time to think on it.
I think he's also in a film called Whistling to Dixie.
Okay, you win.
Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, is rated PG-13. It was released in 2020 and has a runtime of 2 hours, 3 minutes, or for mathematicians out there, 123 minutes. That's 1, 2, 3. That's right.
Wow, for mathematicians out there.
Mathematicians like numbers.
Oh, and even if it's just the simplicity of addition, that's it?
Numbers have powers, bro. It has a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 50% flat, half, 50-50. Just 1, 2,
Straight
1 over
50.
2, just it's head or tails, it's left or right, black or right, green or blue. Metacritic gave it 50%.
Okay.
But the Google users, Christian,
76%.
92.
92?
92%.
All right, so the majority of people are loving this film.
It's got quite a bit of heart.
Yes.
And here's the synopsis coming at you.
Right at you.
Two small town singers chase their pop star dreams at a global music competition where screaming rivals, high stakes, and onstage mishaps test their bond.
That's the most irrelevant accent that you could have used. That's Southern, and that's like offensively Southern.
It's
and
bilingual.
this takes what? Why would you use Bill Engvall, the least known from the Blue Collar Tour?
He created Here's Your Sign. That's his joke.
So that's so irrelevant from this movie that takes place in Iceland.
Would you like me to try it again?
No, let's finish right there. What accent would you use if you were to try it again?
Leif Erikson.
Okay, and that's closer.
Closer. What are you doing, Boston?
That's closer.
It's wicked closer. It's directed by David Dobkin. You would know him. He did Wedding Crashers.
Nice.
And that's the only movie I know him by because Shaka Khan, Baby Bomb. Demi Lovato makes a cameo. Dan Stevens makes a cameo. And Eurovision is actually a real show in Europe that's very popular. Has been around for quite a number of years. So I can go down the list of people who are in it, but after Pierce Brosnan, it's all nonsense because we don't know who these people are.
Yeah, beyond that.
I do also have a couple of things that I want to say about the cameos because they seemed like heavily shoot in. But you know what? It worked out because they do like a sing-along contest thing. And, I
Song-along is what they call it.
A song-along. I didn't hate it.
Yes. I surprisingly did not hate that. That was very...
As an a cappella chipmunk, what do you think about that?
Chipmunk?
Well,
What does that mean?
It's a nice compliment.
Wow. Because the Chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks, are good singers?
Of course.
My voice isn't that high. I'll take it. Fine, I'll take it. But, I don't know. I think this was At first, I thought I was going to hate the song along in this movie because I thought it was going to be similar to the riff-off in Pitch Perfect.
And you hate Pitch Perfect. Because it makes acapella seem lame?
It's very funny. No, there are definitely aspects in the acapella community that are super lame. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not.
But what I didn't like about that part of the movie is that it exaggerated this element in singing where you could just sing on the spot and create harmonies, which is possible if your music theory is good enough, if your musicianship is is really good and polished.
People like me can do it, but you probably would struggle.
No, definitely. I can't hold a note for my life.
And you know what? Hey, we'll work on it. I do have a list here of all of the Eurovision contestants who were on the show. They do deserve a little bit of a shout out. Not
that
like
makes sense.
any of them are ever going to hear this, but you never know.
Maybe.
So we had a gentleman by the name of John Lundvik. He's from Sweden, 2019. Anna Obdovsk. And also, guys, I'm not a linguist, so, bear with me. Anna Odobescu from Moldova.
You're doing good. Keep it going, man.
Bilal Hassani from France, 2019.
Okay.
Lauren, winner in Sweden, 2012. Jesse Matador, he's from France, 2010. Alexander Rybak, winner from Norway in 2009 and representative in 2018. Jamala, winner for Ukraine in 2016. Elena Nekayeva from Estonia, 2018. Conchita Wurst, winner in Austria in 2014. Nita, winner in Israel in 2018, which That's kind of pushing the limits of Europe. Is Israel really part of Europe? But that's a different podcast.
That's a different topic.
And Salvador Sobral, winner in Portugal, 2017. That was the guy on the piano who I was actually very impressed with.
Oh, he was really good. The guy on the piano, like just busking on the street.
Yeah, when they're like they have the kind of like montage segue sort of thing.
Or they have like a romantic
date. Literal
segues.
Segues.
And those segues, very unconventional.
Dope segues, but the
huge
big beefy
segues.
wheels.
Those are the monster trucks of segues.
I liked it.
I'd be down for it. I'd feel safe in those.
Let's have at the Patchy Pirate.
Yes. Will Ferrell's getting old.
Well, he's playing the right age. They're supposed to be about 50 years old. According to that flashback in the 70s, it's Rachel McAdams who's fucking up on the age thing. She should be playing older.
You think so? How old is Rachel McAdams at this point?
What's
your
life?
Guess? Yes.
I would say mid to early 40s.
I would say 46 to be exact if I had to guess.
And it is rude to guess a woman's age.
Yes, it's even rude to bring it up.
But you know what? That never stopped me.
Yeah, since we have the internet.
She's 41 years old.
41?
Slava on the slong.
Also, what?
That's what you get for being wrong.
What? But you didn't even give a specific number. How are you
I said
right?
early 40s. That's the earliest 40s
I
you
guess
can
you're,
have.
but you gave a general answer, and I was brave enough to have
General
a
answer?
specific answer.
Well, hey, sticks and stones, buddy.
Why you got to make this a competition?
I like the competition.
Holy shit. Okay, what's
your
up?
favorite Rachel McAdams film?
The Notebook. Sorry, that was right off the bat.
Mean Girls, dude.
That's a good one, too. Her as Regina George, phenomenal. She could play a great, snarky, popular girl. A great, bitchy, popular girl, but also she could be a very good leading lady and a romantic interest in a rom-com or just a straight-up rom.
Well, this is a com, so let's talk about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about this. She is still, and I will say, I'm going to put this on a t-shirt, looking like a snack. Because she's looking like a snack, my friend.
You look like a snack.
You made it Asian. Why did you make it Asian, dude?
Don't you remember from Mad TV? You look like a man.
Miss Swan from Mad TV? Weird putting together of two different things.
She looking like a snack.
It looks like she looking like a snack, an Asian snack. Yeah, she looks like a pot sticker to me, man.
Olivia Munn. So one of my favorite things is how in the beginning of the movie it like plays up this whole idea. First of all, I miss ABBA. I enjoyed ABBA quite a bit until Mamma Mia came out and ruined it, and then the sequel Papa Pia also ruined it. So I'm just
not sure that's the sequel.
What's it called then?
Mamma Mia 2.
They missed a big...
Back in action.
Mamma Mia 2 Reloaded.
And it's an action musical.
Mom, who's my dad? Colin Firth, Pierce Brosnan, and Bette Midler.
What? Tune in June 15.
Will they save Cher? Listen, baby, I don't need to be saved.
I would watch that. I would get front row tickets to that Broadway musical.
God, we are in the wrong universe because there's somewhere in the multiverse now where that's a movie.
That exists. From this point on, that exists.
You're welcome, multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take my money.
Yeah. We take U.S. dollars only. Why are you laughing?
I'll take it in gold.
I'll take it in pesos. Yeah, no,
you're laughable. You know what else is?
This movie.
Yes. So anyways, I really like the fact that they're from Iceland. Yes. ABBA's also from Iceland, or they're from like Norway, aren't they?
They're from somewhere, dude. They're
this
from
movie's so
somewhere.
white. This is like one of the whitest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's also in it, playing another Icelandic man.
Dude, Pierce Brosnan's looking great as
he does.
Gets older.
My mother came in and sat down, watched literally the last 10 minutes of this film. Mm-hmm. So I asked her to tell me, what do you think this film was about? Based on just the last 10 minutes.
That's such a good question.
And so she goes, first of all, Pierce Brosnan looks great.
Yes.
That was her first note right off the bat. Her second thing was it's obviously about some sort of American singing competition where they're competing acts who fall in love and then get in a fight, and then a guy comes in and tries to swoop her away. Then he leaves, then he comes back, and then he wins her over, and then that's the end of it. And I was like, that's close enough.
That's solid.
That's a solid guess.
For not having seen the movie?
Literally only seeing the last 10 minutes. Like from when Will Ferrell gets on stage.
Yeah.
So,
but also at the same time, this movie's plot line is very predictable. Yes, formulaic.
But enjoyable.
Yeah, nonetheless, its execution was solid. A solid Adam McKay, Will Ferrell produced film. That
and
type
Will
of
Ferrell
humor.
wrote this, but I don't think Adam McKay helped write it. He just helped produce it.
That's all. I didn't see him there.
Not that he didn't. I'm sure he had a lot of hands involved, but
yeah. Nonetheless, I want to talk about their accents real quick because you were saying before this episode that their Icelandic accents were actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I read that they all studied for a couple of months with real dialect coaches to learn how to speak in Icelandic accents.
Were the dialect coaches from America and American and not Icelandic?
I think she sounds. Rachel McAdams based her accent on Bjork.
Okay,
and I think it sounds a lot like Bjork.
I will say that she sounded very cute when she would do that accent.
Hey, what's all this black shit on the floor?
Oh, so the chair that we use for guests, it's just kind of falling apart, and there's it's just the random leather that's ripping off from the chair.
Otis, if you can clean that up, and by the time we're done recording,
Otis, please, the vacuum's over there.
No, don't use the vacuum
because we're recording, Otis.
Speaking of vacuum, Otis, we have this new sign. I don't know if you can see it on the TV. You definitely can't hear it, but it says, "Otis, stop kissing me." This was sent to us by one of our favorite baddies. His name is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, so he listens to a few episodes.
He heard this and thought it was one of the funniest things ever. And, so thanks, Leo.
He was like, "Who is this Otis guy, and why is he kissing the co-hosts of this show?"
He loves it. So anyways, Eurovision.
Yeah.
I think you would do good on Eurovision.
You think so?
Would you sing in Tagalog or would you sing in English?
Actually, there's some bomb-ass ballads in Tagalog.
You always go for ballads. Here's my thing about ballads. Mm-hmm. In a contest show, you can't do a ballad.
You can.
It kills the... No.
You can.
You never can.
At the finale, you can. You cannot audition with the ballad.
I would say maybe the audition is the only time you can do a ballad.
No!
Because when you have a full crowd with lights and a stage and shit like that, you need to have a high energy, ready to go fireworks show, popping and banging and gooming and gaming.
No, dude, think about it.
No, you think about it.
Think about American Idol.
Yeah.
The first auditions when you see the judges.
Yeah, that's when you sing your pipes. Yeah.
No, and you're singing a ballad. Are you gonna pause for a few measures before you come in?
You gotta pick the right song, of course. No, if you pick that song, then you're fucking idiot for a different reason, of course.
But you don't think that a ballad could be chosen for a finale?
I'm gonna smack the spit out of you, bro. No.
Do it. I'm gonna smack it back into my face.
Kinky. Ballads don't belong on a stage.
No, what? That is the best place for a ballad. That's dude, think about Whitney Houston songs. She sings on the stage. Wow, beautiful. I could not tell the difference. Think of Adele.
There's a fire.
I'm going to turn this into a game where I just name female powerhouse singers.
Under me, reaching a fever pitch.
Think of Shaka Khan.
Dun, 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 dun. Is that her? No, I don't know.
I could not even tell from what you were singing.
Well, fuck you then. How about making it a fun game instead of being a dick?
Let's revert it back to what you did originally say. You think that I would do well in that type of show.
And would you sing in Tagalog?
And would I sing in Tagalog? I wouldn't be opposed. If I'm representing my country, I would not be opposed.
So you'd sing in American English?
Because honestly, a lot of Filipino singers sing in American English. Yeah.
The guy who's running Journey is Filipino.
Arnel Pineda. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They found that dude at some karaoke bar, and they're like,
"Here's my thing, and do not take this the wrong way.
Okay.
I think Filipinos are great singers, but I don't think that they're. I think a lot of them have. I think what they're better at is cloning sounds or imitating sounds. I think island people are really good at hearing birds chirp and hearing.
This is crazy. I was on board until you said island people, and I was
it's more than just Filipino. It's also Indos.
Yo, what?
And it's also some Samoans and Hawaiians. Let me finish my thought, okay?
Okay, I'm going to rebuttal.
Okay, but hear me out though, because you've met Hawaiians and I've met Indos who are really good at hearing birds, recreating sounds and things. Let me finish.
Okay, I'm letting you finish.
So they're good at hearing things and their brain processes it and is able to recreate it. So karaoke and things that are really popular, the best karaoke singers sound just like the person who sings the song. So it's almost like they're just imitating the sounds that they're hearing. You know what I mean? So I think what they're actually good at is cloning sounds, thus making them a good singer.
Okay, I understand what you're saying about cloning sounds. Yes, that's the point of karaoke.
And I think it goes back to,
No, it did not. We don't imitate. Island people don't just imitate birds
But some of them are really good at it.
Yes, if that's their specialty. if they're bird watching, and if they're trying to catch a bird or feed a bird.
Look, I think we can throw it out there, guys. I think if you're
you can't just end this debacle.
It's not a debacle. It's not even a debate. It's a thing.
This is
Mexicans are good at Mexicans are really good at imitating sounds too. You ever working in a kitchen? I've heard guys like make perfect dog yips and dog sounds. It's very fascinating, actually. So it's not an insult. I think it's actually high praise. I'm not saying it as an insulting thing. I think it's really cool.
I know it's not an insulting
really
thing
cool, actually,
by the tone of your voice, but it's such a crazy generalization. Island people, yeah, I know. They imitate birds.
Well, they're good at imitating
You're gonna see an
birds.
island person down the street and be like, "Hey, caca."
Well, first of all, the calling raven wouldn't be in the island, so they wouldn't know that bird sound. It wouldn't be natural to them.
It'd be more of a tropical bird, more of a toucan Sam type of bird.
Toucans are from the jungle, bro.
Don't make it seem like I'm offensive now.
You are the worst avian.
Okay, all in all,
let's go back to the base question.
Yes,
you would do good on the show, yay or nay?
It depends. This show was very unrealistic in many ways.
Well, I think their show, that style of singing contest, they did it exactly how that show is. Of course, he's falling out of the wings and it's like a kind of a corny thing like that.
Yeah.
But I think when you see all of the other acts, I think that's very much how the European style of competition is. Just like, the Japanese style of competition shows are very different than American. We all have very different ways of expressing this. This movie seems to me very European. Of the Europeans I know, of the cousins that I have and the people that I've met, this is like, none of it shocked me.
This all made sense.
Yeah.
And
very grounded for such a crazy premise.
Other than the fact that Will Ferrell was doing an outrageous Icelandic accent.
Perfect.
There were so many scenes where he just dropped it.
When he's talking to himself in the fountain,
yes,
the response is just straight up Will Ferrell.
It's just, it's an American accent. He probably didn't even watch that take again. He was just like, yeah, we'll put that in because he's executive producing this.
We got to get this shit done.
But at least Rachel McAdams was like really trying. And she was very cute with her Icelandic accent. Even at the age of 41, she's just a bright young spirit. It feels like she hasn't aged a day. But
she was like 27 when she did Mean Girls.
Really? 27?
She was old.
Has that many years? About like 14 years have passed since Mean Girls?
They threw a wig on her.
Damn, that makes sense. In this movie? No, I'm pretty sure that's her real hair.
In Mean Girls.
Did they? Was that a wig?
Mm-hmm.
Could not even tell.
Bro, you suck at wigdar.
I don't have a good wigdar, man.
No, you don't have a good wigdar.
It's not like I go around being like, that's a wig.
Well, me and my mom like to play that game.
You think that girl's wearing a weave?
Totally. Like, hey, that's a wig, dude. Hey, that's a wiggy wig.
You dare each other to like pull on the wig as the girl walks by.
Excuse me.
And that's how you get fucked up.
I got a couple notes here.
Okay.
The semifinal sequence, this is from the internet. I didn't write this. The semifinal sequence has a couple of anachronisms because of this is a real show that has real rules that they just kind of threw out the window. For example, the semifinals, which was the one that they got voted into, had 10 people who could get in. They didn't talk about Spain. Spain is always automatically in the semifinals because they are one of the big 5 countries that financially contribute enough, so they're always in. So they didn't need to qualify. Also, the Swedish staging had 7 people, and the limit is 6. So the Swedish group is out.
Okay.
And then also, because they had technical difficulties because their props started breaking, Iceland would get another chance to do the show. They would get another opportunity to
realistically,
perform. They would be automatically put in and get another chance to go like that. Not only that, the finals take place in Scotland. That means that the UK must have won last year, but the UK hasn't won Eurovision since 1997.
Dude, someone did some deep research in comparing and contrasting
His name is
real
Alejandro.
Eurovision and these are your notes? This is your article?
I found them. I found it. I
brought
it
just
to
take ownership,
the
dude.
baddies' attention. So according to the baddies, if all the baddies knows what I tell them, then Christian's a Neanderthal and I have a pet giraffe.
Oh, you could be a Neanderthal and own a pet giraffe. Don't think you're above me just because you own a pet giraffe.
That's not why I'm above you. I'm above you because the saddle is so much higher.
You really want to turn everything into a competition.
Look, it's not my fault. I had a big brother who was competitive.
I had a big brother who was competitive too.
My big brother's more competitive than yours.
My big brother's going to fight your big brother.
My big brother can beat the shit out of you.
I'm going to call him right now.
My big brother has kids.
That's right. You're right. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say my brother has kids. And
I really enjoyed the singing of this movie. I think even like the other acts, when they do the song along, of course, is really cool. I love mashups. I'm just a sucker for mashups.
Yeah.
But even like the competition songs that are innately pretty silly kind of songs were well produced. Like none of these songs were like half-assed.
I will say the Russian guy, the main Russian dude, Letmov or whatever his name was.
Yeah, who I thought was German.
I couldn't put my finger on his accent. I wouldn't have known he was Russian unless he said it,
Until
right?
they kept saying it, yeah.
But I thought his singing, I don't know if that's that actor's actual voice, but I thought his singing and that style of singing and the song choice, fucking beautiful, dude. Fucking beautiful. He jumps an octave right. His line song. I liked his voice. The thing I didn't like about that character, kind of rapey, man. He's a little predatory.
But is it because he's like forced to hide his true self? Because there's no gays in Russia.
Was he?
Thanks, Putin.
Is that what the whole joke was? Mm-hmm. Is that he was trying so hard to be heterosexual
because there's no gays in Russia?
Be romantic with Rachel McAdams to prove to Russia, I'm not gay.
Because he's even saying, he's like, no, it's physically impossible to have gays in Russia.
Such a funny bit, dude. 100%. And Rachel McAdams is like, are you sure? Because statistically, that's impossible. That there are no gay people in all of Russia.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said that too about Iran in 2001.
No gay people in Iran.
He's like, yeah, we don't have gay people in Iran. And it was like, all right, Mahmoud.
Dude, that's not possible, Mahmoud. Even with this Russian dude.
Especially not. Yeah, anyways.
Even with this Russian dude, his act had 4 shirtless guys just rubbing
Whipping
up on
him and like humping him.
Yeah, and he's saying he's not gay.
Hey, man, you know what? A lot of European men have are a little more into that than I think American men are. A little more freer with the lovin' and the govern.
Mm-hmm. With the song along, though, I was getting dizzy. I was getting dizzy from this entire movie because there are so many big moments where the camera would just be circling the singer.
Yeah.
And I thought that was overdone a little bit.
Would you watch this again or Pitch Perfect?
This again.
Do you hate Pitch Perfect?
I don't hate Pitch Perfect. I think the humor in Pitch Perfect is really funny. It's popular for a reason, but having dipped my toes in the acapella community when I was in college, I kind of understand the realism. It's kind of, if an actual drummer were to watch Drumline with Nick Cannon, they'd be able to pick out the small nitpicky things. They're just like, that wouldn't actually happen. Like, you wouldn't win if you were to do that. That doesn't sound good. Same with me. I was like, this is too polished. A riff-off wouldn't happen out of the cuts like that and sound that good. People could jam, but it can't be that perfect. But with this movie, I wasn't being picky like that. I understand what their purpose was with this.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was crazy to me that...
I disagree. I like it.
I'm glad that you agreed with me. But it was weird how they got picked. It was just in a basket full because they needed one more contestant, right?
The elves, bro.
Those elves,
Pesky
man.
elves.
The fucking elves were so funny. They always had offerings for the elves.
Whiskey and biscuits.
Yeah, and they're out there murdering people, too.
Straight up. Government officials. Head of bank, government officials.
Government officials.
In cold blood, bank officials who have seats in the government.
With tiny knives. Tiny elf knives.
That means they severed his spinal cord.
Yeah, he died. I thought he had a heart attack at first.
I thought he got killed by a cowboy.
What? You should never be a writer with Will Ferrell, Adam McKay. You'd be in the writer's room and be like, okay, and
that's from the cowboy? No, Alex, the elves.
This is an Icelandic movie?
Yeah,
Alex?
yeah, the elves. I thought.
Stupid.
You sure you don't want to do cowboy elves?
There's an audience for that, but it's not this audience at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this not Romeo and Juliet 3?
I can't believe that that's a thing. And Johnny Depp was in that, right? Hey,
you gotta get paid sometimes.
He was the gnome detective in that, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Eurovision. I think it was. I thought it was funny when they would bring up different bands that broke up due to romance.
And they didn't even bring up the Beatles.
No, they didn't.
That's the number one band that got broken up because of romance.
That's the famous one that got broken up because of romance.
Yoko. Oh, no.
Oh, you broke up such a good
It's actually
band.
not her fault at all. They had big egos and, 4 brains. We can barely do this with 2. Can you imagine if we had 2 more of us?
Yeah, imagine.
Yikes.
So many clashing egos would happen.
But if we were the Beatles, I would be John Lennon.
I'd be down to be Ringo. Even though a lot of people don't like him, I don't think he got enough love, my friend.
I think George Harrison didn't get enough love.
In comparison to Ringo?
Yeah, because Ringo didn't do anything, bro.
Ringo ended up breaking off and having his own all-star team of just...
and George Harrison didn't?
Nah, you're right. You're right. Hey,
Paul
man.
McCartney didn't?
I think they all deserve some attention. I'd be down to be Ringo.
Not that communist-loving John Lennon.
John Lennon. Rest in peace.
Yeah, actually. You know, the guy who murdered him did it because the little people in his brain who loved him and thought he was a king told him to do it.
Oh, shit. Was he schizophrenic?
No, he was just like cuckoo bananas insane.
Like that cuckoo banana.
Like he had
untreatable.
Just cuckoo
Dude,
banana.
what a poor way to go.
Yeah, well, he took a picture with him and then David Chapman shot him.
Holy shit. To get back to the movie, did you wish... Oh, yeah. I kind of wish that Will Ferrell would just fucking kiss Rachel McAdams.
No, because aren't they brother and sister?
They're not brother and sister. But well, now they are at the end of the movie because their parents get married.
Ba-boom.
Spoiler alert.
And so Pierce Brosnan's not her dad because the first line that Pierce Brosnan says is, "Hello, my little secret." That's his first line to her.
So you think they're actually related?
Yes.
Well, they got a baby and the baby was looking healthy.
That baby was not looking happy, though.
Because they were playing music so scared. On stage.
And then the camera cuts, different baby.
You think it was a different baby?
Yeah, even both me and my mom were like, that's a different baby.
You think they got babies a la carte?
Well, I think they definitely have studio? 2 actor babies. Yeah, for sure.
All right, bring me baby number 2.
Bald, blue-eyed babies, please.
This one woke up. Bald, blue-eyed babies, yes. Icelandic babies only, please.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Well, that baby was upset because who brings a baby onto a stage where a full band is going to be playing...
polka music.
Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Ya Ya Ding Dong was stuck in my head on the drive over here.
Ya Ya Ding Dong is the funniest joke in this movie.
Play Ya Ya Ding Dong!
That fool in the bar...
I only want to hear Ya Ya Ding Dong.
He was so aggressive, and they have to play that 5 times.
I'm going to play it. But I'm going to tell him to fuck off in the middle of it.
The only 2 songs I remember from that bar were Happy by Ferrell and Ya Ya Ding Dong.
Because I'm happy. That song came on the radio one time, and my dad looks at me and he goes, "Hey, what's the name of this song?"
Really?
I hate him.
He couldn't guess?
I hate him sometimes.
He could not guess?
That's his favorite bit. The old man doesn't know anything because he knows I hate it.
Does he do that? Does he do
it's
the old man thing to piss you off? He does
that all the time. It's his favorite bit.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You're a fucking engineer. You're a college graduate. You're the only one in our family who went to college and graduated.
You can remember engineering terminology.
Totally, dude. You design refineries and shit like this, but you don't know how to turn on your phone? Like,
have you had to help him turn on his phone?
I don't, because it's an Android. I don't know how to use it, Elpa. I'm sorry.
Oh, he has an Android?
Yeah.
Mr. Green Bubble?
It's better than an iPhone. Yeah, okay.
I used to say that when I had an Android, and then I ended up getting an iPhone, and I was like, fuck everyone that has an Android.
I was on Facebook the other day because I think it was Father's Day or something like that, and my sister-in-law posted something. My dad commented an emoji, but it was like a weird Android version of it. It just looked weird.
Dude, when people with Androids like try to send emojis
or like use their version of it, it just doesn't look right. You know what else doesn't look right?
What?
An Irish American person pretending to be Icelandic. I do think, though, that Pierce Brosnan does a fairly good job.
His was very
great
bouncy.
Acting. Great.
Super bouncy.
Very into it. He is doing
he sounded like...
He's doing better acting in that than he does in James Bond.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Because in James Bond, he kind of forgets that he's supposed to be Scottish and just drops into his Irish accent. He held his Icelandic accent the entire time in this.
In this movie, he sounded like Patrick and SpongeBob on the Leif Erikson Day episode. Dinga-durka, dinga-durka. That kind of bouncy cadence.
Yeah, well, that's how Icelandic people talk.
You really think so? I feel like that's an exaggerated version.
You been to Reykjavik?
Pardon?
You ever been? No, you never left the country. Never mind.
I've never left the country. I don't have a passport, dude.
So you got to get one of those, bro.
But I would love to go to Iceland.
I thought it was hella funny when Will Ferrell's like, Americans, don't come to Iceland. We don't want you here.
Those Americans were good
From
Americans.
ASU.
So fucking funny. Arizona State University.
Hey, where is the Starbucks? It's down the street. They have a very good pumpkin spice latte. Are you helping us?
Yeah. Are you being sarcastic?
That's my name.
What?
Sorry, wrong station.
That was a very Tourette's thing of you to do. Guys, we had energy drinks right quick. And this is why we are feeling this way, very jittered up. By the time you hear this, we had just finished the live Q&A, so thanks for joining us for that.
Meow.
Congratulations to the winners, whoever
meow,
won
meow.
that. Alex is now a cat.
Meow.
But
meow, meow.
You're just going to meow for the rest of the episode?
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow.
I don't know how long I should play along with you. Because I know in comedy we support each other.
Meow. Meow.
But when do we like...
Meow. Meow. Meow.
When can I figuratively pull the cane on you and pull you off stage?
Wow, that was weird. Thanks. It's a weird character. Sorry.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about with this movie? There's so much more.
It's a very funny movie, but it isn't. There is not a lot of meat and potatoes here. No. It is just a very, beets and gravy.
Put it on in the background. It's fun. It's fun as fuck. I do want to bring up when they did perform at the finals.
Yes.
And the hamster wheel got caught with the scarf, her very long scarf.
The semifinals.
Yes. That wouldn't have...
That would have killed her. Should have snapped her neck. She should have died right there.
If she wouldn't have died, that would have boosted their fame tenfold. Because in this day and age where we are fixated on tragedy, especially if they live afterwards.
I mean, look at how many votes they got just from living. Think about how many more votes they would have gotten if one of them would have died.
Dude, because as performers, after a hectic event like that, if you could get back up and finish your song that strong...
Would you run away like Will Ferrell, or would you go sit in the booth like Rachel McAdams?
I'd sit in booth. With a girl...
Sit in booth.
If I loved that girl and I've like had this journey of being a performer with her almost my entire life, not my sister because I would be in love with this girl hypothetically if I were Will Ferrell.
I recently saw a video where that was cool. It seemed like a very nice relationship that this brother and sister had.
To date your sister?
Well, they weren't necessarily dating.
Was this on Strange Addictions?
It's on Pornhub.
Stop. Oh my God! How did I not suspect that?
She walked in on him masturbating and she finished him. No, I'm just kidding.
For some reason, she dropped something under the bed and got stuck underneath the bed.
And the guy was like, "I can help you."
And the mom, let's stop. I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
Know so much about it, Christian.
No, I don't. This is me guessing. This is me guessing. This is me guessing.
Hey, one more time and maybe then we'll believe you.
This is me guessing.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, but you and I, having been in theater, we are familiar with making sure we are in our spots 5 minutes before we have to come out, right? Mm-hmm. So it is impossible for him to have left his spot to go check on the lighting.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have been in a show one time where I like literally ran in down the stairs onto the stage with you.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's possible.
I have actually been like on the minute. I think I may have even missed one break, but yeah. So, I see it as a very realistic movie.
But that was a high school production.
No, those...
Was it?
College.
Oh, that was a college. Yeah, but still, as something as professional as Eurovision, they would make sure that you are on
the stage manager would be shitting fire.
Fuck yeah, dude. He would be. This was poor management was what it was.
Panagement,
as some would call.
I would. Who's your best person on set would?
Rachel McAdams.
That's interesting. Mine's Will Ferrell.
That's interesting.
He did way more, bro.
Did he?
He wrote the movie.
Yes. But this is not something out of his element. This is something he's comfortable with. Doing a half-assed accent from a region that he's not familiar with, probably.
He actually, his wife is who introduced him to this show, Eurovision.
Uh-huh.
And he's a huge fan. Been watching since 2004, something.
Then inspired him to do this, huh?
Correctamundo.
But I want to give it to Rachel McAdams because this is very much out of her territory. I don't think she's done a movie this silly since Mean Girls, and Mean Girls was more serious than this. She did, that's right, she was in Wedding Crashers. But even then, to be given a script saying you're doing an Icelandic accent this entire time.
And she does a great one.
Yes, to do something a little more on the slapsticky end where there's physical comedy involved. It's kind of that's a big thing for her, She can... This proved to me that she could tackle different flavors of acting.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very eloquently said.
Why do you want to give it to Will Ferrell? Because he just manned the whole thing?
He made it a thing. He saw the show, wanted to make something out of it. You know what I mean? So this wouldn't have been a movie if Will Ferrell hadn't gone and seen Eurovision.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And don't fucking forget it. My name's Alejandro, and you can follow me on Instagram at call_me_Jesus.
My name is Christian, and I am emotionally scarred from this domestic abuse.
It's because we're life partners, baby.
Stop, don't touch me, man.
I love you. Hey,
stop, don't touch me.
I love you.
I love you too, but not stop. Don't kiss me through the mic.
Kiss me through the phone.
Soulja Boy. That's a Soulja Boy song, I believe.
That man believes the earth is flat, and he's probably not wrong.
Is he a flat earther? He's probably not wrong.
I'm just saying, look into it.
My name's Alejandro. I'm a flat earther.
Flurfer.
You like combining words.
It's a sign of intelligence.
I'm going to start a petition where it's going to force you to stop combining words.
Well, you know what? Go ahead and make that dumbass petition because this is America and I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, this is America. Do you like where America's at right now, dude? That's what I'm saying. This is your America. This ain't my America.
This is your life. I'm just living in it, pal.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram at ICBTB
Podcast.
Check out our website at ICBTB.com. Email us at ICBTB
Podcast
at
yahoo.com.
That's right.
And, there's types of turtles that don't deserve enough love. So,
all the Koopas from Mario.
Snapping turtles.
Fuck snapping turtles. Don't you snap at me.
Poisonous turtles.
Fuck poisonous turtles.
So, don't just make blanket statements like, I love turtles, because you don't know. Maybe turtles don't love you.
You don't know that. Guys. Take that home. Bye.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.